Let's move on to our next corporate conversation. We are going to be talking with Symphony in this particular quarter. Now, the company reported a very strong quarter, roughly about 14% revenue growth seen in this particular quarter, with margins as well crossing the 20% threshold. Profits grew by a whopping 60% in this particular quarter. To talk more of the Q2 as well as what is the outlook for this fiscal year, we're now joined by Mr. Nrupesh Shah, the MD and the Corporate Affairs for Symphony. Mr. Shah, thank you so much for joining us today, and season greetings to you. I wanted to start with the second quarter performance. Now, generally a very off-season quarter for for the industry, but this year is quite different because we've seen a very strong Q1 and that's followed up with a stronger Q2 as well. Talk us through what led to this strong performance in this particular quarter.
Thank you, and Diwali greetings to you and all the viewers. So this is a fallout of the strong summer of 24, and trade was left with negligible or zero inventory. On top of it, despite off-season vis-a-vis traditional secondary sales, this time there has been somewhat decent secondary sales also, and also the tabletop range of air coolers and other models which we have launched, particularly 17 new models, that has also attained great traction. And hence, there is a lot of interest and excitement by the trade channel across the geographies, including rural as well as urban.
I just wanted to deep dive into the inventory part because we have seen for the air conditioner makers as well that inventory was at an all-time low getting into Q1, and that has been filled in Q2 as well. What would be the current inventory level right now with the dealers specifically? Do you see that of the demand you will be around 35 to 40% of the inventory would be filled, or is anything that you can give us on quantification of the inventory levels currently in the system?
No, I would say that inventory at a trade level was and is much below normal. I would say that it was next to negligible. So this was exceptionally very low level of inventory,
Has that
which we haven't seen historically, such low level of inventory.
And do you see that with the company's quarter two specifically, a lot of, at least a fair bit of the inventory, because historical low levels, where do we stand currently with levels of inventory? Do you see that in Q2 as well as with the month of Q3 as well, the inventory level has filled up at least leading into the festive season?
Yes, inventory level has filled up, but I would say that still at this point of time, the amount of inventory what should be vis-a-vis that still it is, I would say, subpar inventory. Of course, having said that, that doesn't lead to much because actual consumer sales mostly happens during peak summer season.
Getting in.
So that also gives us good confidence and traction even for December quarter.
Now getting into Q3, I just wanted to go deep dive into the festive demand as well. Do you see that for how has Navratri as well as Dussehra been for you? Because we have seen that post the successful monsoon season that we had the heat levels going up again. Do you see some of those translate into sales for you starting into Q3 with Navratri as well as Dussehra season? How was the festive season until now?
So as I said earlier, typically air cooler, unlike air conditioner or fan, mostly consumer sales happens during summer period. However, this time, even during current quarter, there has been a decent traction. But having said that, vis-a-vis summer consumer sales, during this period of time, for our kind of product, there is always very low value of sales. So that doesn't mean much as far as our industry is concerned, whether Navratri or festive season.
Point taken, Mr. Shah. So how does that look for the second half of this fiscal year for Symphony? Do you see that filling up of the inventory to a meaningful level is going to be the driving factor over the next 2 quarters, or is this something else that you are picking up on the ground?
No, certainly. So one is filling up the inventory and starting March quarter, in fact, since middle of February, even consumer sales also happens starting from South India. So both should happen.
I just wanted to address, the new products also that you've launched in the market currently. How has also been the reception for these products in this particular quarter? What's been the dealer interest in this? And if you can talk to us a little bit about competition as well, because as you said, most of the sales happen in the peak summer season, and going into the next couple of quarters, you will be seeing a lot of inventory filling. How does that lead for competition as well? And currently, any kind of reception on the new products?
So we have come out with 17 new models of air coolers for 24-25. That is for summer of 25. And they have received exceptionally good response, and we have received decent amount of advance. However, their billing and sales will start from middle of November, and will entire demand of off season will be met with and fulfilled sometime by first week or second week of February.
Just one more question, sir. Now, we have seen that, with regards to your subsidiaries as well, you did talk a little bit about it when we last spoke. Just wanted an update on your Australian subsidiary as well, because anything that you can fill us in with both these, what is the current update on this? Because we have seen a new business model as well for the Australian subsidiary. Any kind of update that you can give us with this particular quarter for the same?
So we have four full-fledged overseas subsidiaries, and barring climate technology, all three subsidiaries have done very well for 6 months. As far as climate technology is concerned, still it has not come out of woods. However, despite degrowth in top line on account of reduced cost of doing the business, we have succeeded in containing the EBITDA and PAT losses. However, it is to be kept in mind that even for IMCO Mexico as well as GSK China, at some stage post acquisition, we had passed through similar situation. Here, of course, it has taken longer than what we had estimated, mainly because in between 2.5 years of COVID really disturbed. But we hopefully in medium term, we expect it to turn around in line with our other overseas subsidiaries.
Well, Mr. Shah, thank you so much for joining us today here on NDTV Profit and talking to us about your Q2 performance, and specifically how the second half pans out. We wish you the best and look forward to our next conversation, and season greetings to you again and everybody at Symphony. But thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Well, move on to the last and final conversation.